lacking, sort of, maybe. Might be perfect if I knew what I was doing. But as I've said often, I really don't have a clue what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just taking you along on this journey. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. Join us as we continue to expand our off-grid life here on our 10 acres in eastern Oklahoma. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. So it is August 30th and September will be here in just a couple days. It's not a bazillion degrees outside, and it's a perfect day to get out here and to do some work. This is second take of this video today because I wasn't getting any sound for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on. I got a new mic and that may be causing the problem. But I'm going to run a couple things. First thing is generator maintenance. Change oil, check the air filter. The push button start on it's not wanting to start, so I was going to see if the battery might be causing the problem on that. After that, I think I'm going to do a little work in the woods and get ready for some deer season. It'll be here before we know it, and I want to clear a few paths out and check on some deer stands, maybe move some cameras around, change out batteries, stuff like that. So I want to get started. So I started talking about this a minute ago, but again, no sound. We got this Predator 9500 super quiet generator from Harbor Freight a couple years ago when we did this system up just as a backup. It's got a push button start, it's got a pull start. It does everything we want it to do and then even more. So it's really time to do an oil change. I haven't done that in a while. And I want to check the air filter, and the push button's not working. So I want to check on that and see if the battery might be dead. So I already took it apart and sat down to do some of this work. And I checked the battery. Oh, helps if I touch the spots. I'm at 12.5 or 12.96. So the battery's charged. So the battery is not the problem with the push button start not working. I was hoping it was, just because it was going to be easy. So for the air filter's right here. Just need to take that clip off, pull this back, and pull out the air filter. Like I said, I'd already done this. It was not dirty at all. I mean, I went ahead and blew it off, but you can't even really tell. So I just need to put this back in here. So I'm going to push that back. And slide it back in here. There it is. There's times I wish I had a smaller hand. And just close it back up. So the air filter is good. The battery is charged. Now I just need to go to the other side and change the oil. Up there, I think in this box is where the switch is housed for the remote, or for the push button start. So I'll have to figure that out later. All right, so for the oil, oh my goodness, guys, the mosquitoes are thick. Just need to take this door off so I can get in here to it. I shot out the bolt. I had to go find it. Oh my goodness. And then I turned it over and dropped, there it is. I turned it over and dropped the other one. So there's where I checked the oil. And yep, right there is my drain plug. And it's got this right here that goes right down there. So I'm going to turn this a little bit, the generator itself, turn it around just a little bit. So this is completely downhill so it can just drain straight through. And I got to find a pan to put underneath here. All right, so we're going to see how this goes. I've done this before, but it's been a while. Oh, goodness gracious, there we go. There we go. All right, so now that that's done, I've cleaned my plug. I just need to get that back in. I mean, most everyone that's doing this kind of stuff has changed oil before in cars or whatnot, and this is no different. It's just sort of harder to get to. There we go. Now I'll just put all the plugs back in and get oil back in this. All right, so I had a slight change of plans. This funnel had a hose with it that allowed you to pour your oil up here, go down through the whole hose and into the plug. Well, they both fell down into the mud, and I can't get the hose clean. And it looks pretty clean to me, but I don't want a chance of dirt and debris getting inside the oil, inside the case. So I got the funnel in here, and now I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up and get this back out. This isn't the most ideal situation because you can see, well, no, you can't really see. It's not ideal. We'll just leave it at that. So, but I'm going to make this work. All right, that's done. Just check the oil and it's full, or mostly full. It takes a little over a quart to fill this, and I just put a quart in it to make my life easier. I did do some research while I was draining the oil, and apparently the switch is known to go out on these Predators. So I'm going to have to replace the switch, which will be a job for a different day because I don't have a switch. And I don't want to take it apart until I do. So I'll do some more research, do up some more reading, and buy a switch, and we'll replace that switch some other time. Thankfully, we don't use this very much. It's mainly here for backup. All right, oil's changed, battery's charged, air filter's clean. Now, one thing we are going to do is this tree is starting to sprout from the base. So I'm going to get that cut and get some spray on that to make sure that gets killed off. I've tried cutting that trunk before and had problems with it, and so I'll do that again some other time. But I want to get this sprout killed off. Now that it's raked off, just put some of this stump killer on here. And hopefully that'll do it. All right, so generator's as fixed as I can make it. Tools are put away. On to the next project. So now that the generator's taken care of, I was about to go into the deer woods, but I happened to look at my to-do list to see what else is on there. And my next project up is to do some maintenance on the chainsaw. So on the chainsaw, I mean, it's working pretty good. In fact, you can see chaps, by the way, written on the top, so I don't ever forget again. But I've got a problem with the blade is not wanting to stay tight on it. Well, let me take this sort of apart and let you see what I'm looking at. Actually, I can sort of show you here. This just does not want to stay on. The last time it, because it's not staying tight, the chain's wanting to come off, and it's worked its way through the plastic here. So I need to take all of this off, and I've bought a replacement kit to replace all of that, including the cover. Hopefully that'll help the blade stay on tighter, and I'll have less problems with this. All right, let me show you what I've gotten here. So I did finally get it all taken apart. Come to find out, this spins. It twists on the screw there that makes the blade looser to slide off. So that's good. I've taken this screw out because it came with a new one. I've taken this off so I can get it new one put back on it. I need to finish looking over the instructions, which are lacking, sort of, maybe. Might be perfect if I knew what I was doing. But as I've said often, I really don't have a clue what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just taking you along on this journey. So I'm going to look at this. It don't look like it should be that bad. I'll put in the new bolt. It's got the new guide that's still here. I'll need to take it out to put the new one in. I'll put in the new, whatever that's called, teeth. Attach that, put this on, and tighten it all down. Theoretically, that's all there is to it, right? Theoretically. Put this back in. No, I can't. It's not the same one. So I'm going to put this old one back in. Once I clean it up. I don't think it's going to cause any problems that I don't replace this one. All right, now that that's back, I can slide this in. This will stop from here to here. So it's just there to hold it in place. Now let's put this back on. It's actually going on by hand now, mostly. Perfect. Now, according to these wonderful instructions, I should have put this on before I put the bar on, but thankfully, I can get to it. Is it even the same piece? It's not. And the holes do not line up. So we'll use the old one again. Thankfully, it's not damaged. It said it was supposed to fit this kit was supposed to fit this chainsaw. And so far it hasn't. All right. Next up is this gear. So this gear looks like it's made a little bit different. It actually has this on the back, which I hadn't looked at, so that was stupid me. So this has to come off again. It looks like it should just slide on. And then I'll put this on and then put the screw on the back side. That's what it looks like. So we're gonna give that a shot. Let me take it all back off again. I was sort of shocked it didn't come with one. I didn't realize it was actually attached and didn't come off separately. There we go. So it's a little bit different, but not bad. All right, I've moved to the shade because it was getting hot in the sun. Trying to make sure we're all on camera, and we are. So, loosen this up. Got it around the, I'm just going to take it off that. There we go. That looks good. Where'd my cover go? Of course I left it over here. This is not the right cover. I really hate ordering parts online. I did sort of hope to do some chainsawing today, but I guess I won't. I guess I could still use this one. All right, till I can get a new cover, which I also need because that blade broke this one. All right, it's on. It should be usable unless this is what's causing this to release, but I think it was the metal. So this did not go according to plan, but it's done, so that's good. I'll get that part bought and replace it out. I had to take that piece off anyway every time I change the blade, so that's like nothing. It's literally nothing. But I've been holding off doing any kind of chainsaw work because I needed to replace all of that stuff, and that's just time, and I haven't had a lot of time to chainsaw. I've had a little bit, but not a lot. And so anyway, excuses are gone now, so I should be able to get back to chainsawing. All right, so I've had a lunch break, and it's time to get back to work. And I'm sort of overworking. As much as I want to get out in the woods and get this done, I'm just tired. I had a really rough week at work this week, and I'm guessing that's what's causing it. But stuff needs to get done. So let me show you something that I've done. I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but this was my weed eater. And I took the head off of it, which was just a single screw on the top of it. And I've put a hedge trimmer on it. That way, I've used it as a lawnmower, and I can just, almost like an electric sickle, I've just been going across the grass. Don't have to worry about weeds that way. The string's not breaking and having to be reloaded. And so far, I'm really liking it. But now, it's time to give it a try out in that direction. I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera, but this is a lot better. It's a lot quieter. And I have a good path that I can actually follow. Now, I don't do this throughout here, but I'll take it to a couple of spots deeper in the woods. That way, during hunting season, I can quietly get out in the middle of the night when I'm going to have enough problems seeing because it's dark. All right, so now that I'm done with this path anyway, okay, I got to trim those trees. It's looking really good. It'll let me pretty much just sneak on back here. Pretty quiet, at least until all the leaves fall. But that'll be later in the season, not early on. So the difference between the weed eater and the hedge trimmer attachment is this doesn't go as far down. With the weed eater, I'd be pretty much on dirt the whole way. And I don't always like that. This looks a little bit more natural, actually, I think. I mean, I've got a path, but it's not, like I said, all the way down to the weeds or the dirt. So I had to come back and get my trimmer. But I'm pretty happy here. Now I'll stay out of here for a little bit. I readjusted one of my cameras back there just to change the angle and see if we're going to have anything else that direction or not. There's always a chance I'll do this work and not even ever use this all season. Well, it's been a long day, but it's done. I got a couple paths cleared, and that's good. I did move a couple game cameras. One just sort of rotated a little bit, and one I completely moved it completely to a new spot, see if we got some deer activity that direction. Some rain's coming in, theoretically, supposed to, if the weather app is true. So I'm going to shut things off here, get a shower, and I think time for some dinner. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.